All right, good morning, everyone. Zoom guys, welcome back. YouTube guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's had a fantastic weekend, ready for another good week in the markets. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me all loud and clear. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We got lots coming up this week. Audio and video good, awesome, man. Thank you. We got lots coming up this week. We got NFP week. We have GDP on Wednesday as well. Let me just change this to high impact news. We got Jolt's job openings. This is it says it's on my 30th, but for most of you guys, I would assume it's probably on the 29th, which is tomorrow. So we're up for a big week. Can I change this to different time zone? Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, we're in for a big week, guys. We got a month end coming up on Wednesday as well. It's going to be the first on Thursday, and April has been an absolutely amazing month. Hope you guys have had a good month as well. Made lots of bank in these crazy markets. 4:30 p.m. in Sydney, nice. Yeah, same for me, man. 4:30 p.m. here as well. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Alex, what's going on? Always bringing the volume to the markets. Yeah, I just quickly turned on the algorithms before I jumped on. If you guys didn't realize, I create the algorithms. I just turned them on quickly. Just programmed them as well to give us some bank here in the London session. We got London Open coming up this morning as well, guys. We got gold having a little bit of a sell-off here. I've taken a couple of trades today. I did take an initial loss that I was able to get back a nice little winner here. I'll be trading my Asia account today. I'm not going to be trading my London account because I have a payout on the way, but it hasn't come out of my balance. So I don't want to trade this account until my payout does come. So if you guys are wondering why am I trading the Asia account, not the London account, it's for that exact reason. I want to wait for my payout to come, and you guys will see the payout come because there'll be a big drop in the balance. So I did that late on Friday, so it was probably, or did I do it on the weekend? I'm not too sure, but it was after the cutoff point, so that'll probably be coming out today. So we will be trading on this Asia account. I haven't really taken too much today in Asia. I have only traded this one account. Nothing on the day here, nothing on the day here, nothing on the day here, nothing on the London, and then just 241 here on the Asia account today. But nothing huge. I'm very happy to risk this $240 if we can get some good opportunities here today. So I'm from a very small little island called Jersey, but I do live in the Gold Coast in Australia. So it's 4:40 p.m. for me, 7:40 here London time. If anyone is new here to the Topstep streams, my name is Aaron Trades. I've been trading for about 7 years. And I mainly focus on commodity futures, predominantly gold. And I mainly trade during the Asia and London session. I've been streaming on my own channel for the past 3 years. Now I'm bringing the London Open streams across here to the Topstep YouTube channel. So any guys are new, welcome. If you guys have already seen me the past couple of weeks, welcome back. Good to be back on with you guys. We had some small losses on Friday. What did I end up? I think I ended up a little bit of a winner on Friday. Yeah, small little winner, 358 on Friday on the London account. So we'll see what we get today. Gold is having a little bit of a sell-off. Now, before I break down the markets, I just want to ask you guys, and there is absolutely no right or wrong answer here. But if I was to say to you guys, we're going to be on for at least the next hour and a half. So if I was to say to you guys, where do we think gold is going to go in the next hour and a half? You guys on Zoom can answer as well. There's no right or wrong answer. Do you guys think gold is going to go up or down, bullish or bearish? What do you guys think? I'm interested to hear what everyone's thinking. I'm interested to hear. If you're reading this message, have a blessed week. Thank you, man. You too. Appreciate you tuning in. Up and down or sideways. 100% accurate. Hey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. What are you looking at for gold today? We'll break it down as well. Corey saying ranging. Sid, daily lows. Chow wants to short. What do you guys on YouTube think? Down, bearish, down, longs, down, shorts, down. A lot of people saying down. Cool. Nice. Down. Oh, it's kind of more biased than I thought it was going to be. And the reason I was asking is because I right now, well, other than this push down, before we had this little 5-minute push down, I'm kind of been pretty neutral on the day. Coming into the London session. I mean, but that was prior to seeing this. That's why I was kind of hoping I could ask you guys before this candle played out. Because prior to this, you know, we have just been, you know, holding support, holding resistance in a little bit of a range. All-time highs just to be different. Yeah, nice. We've been in a little bit of a range. But we are actually now starting to see some volume. So let's do a little bit of top-down analysis here before we start jumping down to this 30-minute analysis. Let me just see this 15. Is this 15 going to give us some sells? I don't want to miss the sells because we're breaking it down, but we are starting to break out. Now we had this nice, let me put this back to where it was. We had this nice 15-minute fake out here. And this is where I say in our pre-London session that there's the potential for gold to squeeze higher, but the reason I didn't want to buy this 15-minute fake out is because you were coming right into resistance. So I was like, I don't really know where we're going to break out at that point. And, you know, that's okay. I don't know what's going to happen here or here, but if we do get a breakout, fantastic. The markets are showing us volume. The markets are showing us which way we want to break out, and then amazing, we can look for some trades. So I'll give you guys a quick top-down analysis here so we can jump to see if we can get some trades here. Last week on gold, we closed with a very, very nice bearish doji candle, which is good. It's good to see gold starting to find some resistance as opposed to just peaking all-time highs. So for me coming into this week, I think last week's low is a very, very nice liquidity target. And that sits around 3270-ish, 3270. We do have the potential to pull back into 3250, which is a nice psychological level. And we could even come down and test some lows here from the 14th of April. Let's have a quick look at the monthly time frame, considering we're only a couple of days away from closing. We're still looking pretty bullish, though. We are still looking pretty bullish for the month. The thing is, though, on gold, so far this year, which has been from here, every time we have had a bearish candle closure on the weekly time frame, we have completely retraced it. Bearish closure, completely retraced it. Bearish closure, completely retraced it. However, you know, even if we're going to retrace this candle, I would imagine we're still going to get some pretty decent wicks like this coming into this week here. So for me, coming on to gold this week, as an overall outlook, I am bearish into some nice weekly lows. Before, you know, even if gold was going to squeeze high and we were going to come and fill in this wick for whatever reason, not that I think that's going to happen, but for whatever reason, if that was going to happen, I would imagine these lows will very likely get tapped before that. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to understand what can happen in both scenarios. And in both scenarios, I think there's a high chance last week's lows are going to be an easy short target. So now we'll drop down to the, again, does that have to be grabbed today? It doesn't have to be grabbed today, but it's looking likely because we got 1, 2, 3 equal lows here. I would imagine people who are looking for more of a swing trade here on gold are probably trying to jump in some long, sitting their stops just down below that low from the 23rd. So I am looking for gold to have a nice squeeze lower. Now, does that mean we can't look for pullbacks in the next, you know, we're going to be here for the next hour and a half. Does that mean we can't look for buy opportunities in the next hour and a half? We absolutely can, but as just an overall outlook that I like to keep in the back of my mind when I am, you know, dropping down to the hourly, 30-minute, and 15, I like to keep in the back of my mind of where are we on the higher time frame. Well, on the higher time frame, yes, we do have liquidity below, but we are at a very, very major level of support, which could give us a little bit of bounce before, you know, we do squeeze them lows. So dropping down to the 4-hour time frame here on gold, kind of see you are having a strong bounce of this support. But to be honest, you know, if gold was going to have a huge pushback higher, I would imagine a lot of people are trying to buy here. And there's a high chance we're going to come down and liquidate these lows before seeing that squeeze or just completely rolling over. We haven't quite come down to retest the highs from this major all-time high breakout level on gold. This was a previous all-time high. We had a huge breakout. Haven't quite come back down to retest that. And that's also sitting nicely. I like to do these key levels on gold. 32.50. We're sitting nicely around that 32.50. Let's turn this down a little bit so we know it's our key levels. Make it, let's say, 50%. A nice psychological level there, 32.50. Nice previous level of resistance where we broke out, couldn't quite come back down to retest. So overall, gold to squeeze down into there does look nice. Now, like I said, do we need to see a 400 tick, 500 tick sell-off here in London? Not really. We may have a little bit of a pullback before seeing that maybe into New York. So we will react to how the intraday timeframes are pushing. So what can we see here on the hourly time frame? What I do think is interesting here, and this is why it's kind of been hard for me to short this, is the 6 a.m. candle here on gold. We came down, we liquidated the lows and held support. However, we did do the exact same thing to the highs. So the 7 a.m. candle, 6 a.m. candle didn't really show me too much. So I'm hoping this 7 a.m. candle before the London Open in about 12 minutes is actually going to be able to break out. And then we can kind of paint a better sense of direction, because this hourly, you know, grabbed the lows, held support, also grabbed the highs, held resistance, which to me just kind of shouts a little bit of a range. We do have some nice support sitting down here as well, but we do also have some nice resistance here. Now, if we measure from the lows of the range to the highs, it's about 120 tick range, which I could happily trade, especially here in the London session. Now let's have a look at 30-minute. 30-minute, yeah, this 30-minute is going to be really key here, guys. I'm not going to take a trade until we get this London Open, because if we can break back below, I'm going to see if we can get some shorts all the way down into here, which is going to be a big breakout. However, if we do fail to break these lows, we close back above, let's say, these areas, which is about 3,300. If we wick back above 3,300, could this be a liquidity grab of the lows to continue pushing higher? It's possible. It's very possible. We've had a very decent sell-off here in the Asian session. We sold off for about 480 ticks in the Asian session. So, you know, are we going to come back and correct some of that first before seeing this sell-off? As of right now, I can't say. However, this 30-minute and hourly closure and London Open in 11 minutes, I think is going to be a much easier closure for us to make a good decision. I don't really want to buy this right now, and I also don't really want to sell it. But as soon as we get this either break back above or break below in the next 10 minutes, I think we're going to have a much better idea of where London can go. And then, obviously, in 10 minutes, we'll have the London Open as well. I did take a loss today in Asia. I did take a loss trying to buy gold. Yeah, nothing grabbing the 5-minute. Yeah, it was a nice little 2 equal lows there. There's not much of a top wick on this 30. So it wouldn't surprise me too much if, or even if, let's say even if we're going to get this big sell-off, it wouldn't be too surprising to see that 30-minute come up, maybe tag the highs, re-break the lows, and then we could be looking for that nice short. It's going to be really key here on gold this morning. Very key. $225 from failing my XFA. What strategy would you use to go back into profitability? I really don't want to lose this 50k, currently minus 1310. If we get a breakout here, guys, we're going to get some lovely sales today here in London. We'll also get that hourly fake out. If you're 225 away from failing, first things first, definitely trade micros. Trade small size. Stick to the same small size until you can prove to yourself that you have consistency. But don't be scared to trade. Trade your plan, trade the charts, trade what's right in front of you. But if you know that you don't have much drawdown left on the account, yeah, trade small size, build it back up slowly. Don't trade every single day or every single time the markets are moving. Have a good plan that gives you good opportunities a couple of times a week, and reduce your size. If you trade micros, it'll take its time, but you know you can get that back. But what you don't want to do is trade from the perspective of, no, I have to make this much money back and I have to do it in this time frame. Trade small size, do it consistently, and you'll get there quicker than you think. There is a massive trend line coming down as well, from, let's say, from like here, like this. But you know, I do like these lows below. These lows below look really, really nice to grab before, you know, you may squeeze like that. You know, I have NFP on Friday as well. I would like to sell this on gold. If we get this breakout in 8 minutes, I would like to short gold personally. All the way down into these lows, I think it's going to be a really, really nice short, which is, you know, it's about a 200 tick move, which is a very, very, very large move. 200 ticks, very, very big move. Whether I hold it that long, you know, we'll have to see. I could even be happy with just 50 of that. But we'll see what Goldie gives us. We'll have a look at all other markets as well here. We've got plenty of time. This breakout on gold could be really nice. And if we do get this 30-minute closure, we have decent stops as well. We have pretty tight stops. If we're looking to sell here, let's say the next 30, this closes bearish, next 30 pulls back, we can look to get short here, probably risk of previous 30-minute highs. We're looking for a decent retracement, or, you know, closure back above this level would be my exit. So we can get a decent risk reward to the downside as well. So let's see. Let's keep an eye on this Goldie move. Yeah, absolutely. One trade a day max. Yeah, 100%. If that, sometimes you might get, you know, some days you might get 2 trades in a day. Some days you might get no trades in a day. Some days you might get 1. You can only take what the market gives you, but you'll only know what you take when the market gives you if you have a plan to follow. If you don't have a plan to follow, then you're constantly jumping in, you know, every single time gold's going up and then down and then up. You know, you're trying to jump in every single move. If you have a good plan, it shouldn't be telling you to get into the markets, you know, 5+ times every single day. It has to be much more systemized than that. I was looking at NQ here pre-London as well. We got 7 minutes till this. Goldie's having a nice push. We got 7 minutes till this candle's going to close. I was looking for longs. Oh, we're coming straight there. Look at that. I was looking for longs pre-London to push up into this weekly open here around, let's say, 1950.25. Because this week on NQ, last week closed very, very bullish. Can I put this on for a little bit? Turn it down. Let me just put the aircon on. It gets getting hot in here. It's supposed to be autumn in Australia. It's still very, very hot. How do I turn this down? Nothing. I just put it on the lowest. There we go. Goldie having a nice sell-off here, guys. NQ, you closed very, very bullish last week. Really, really bullish. You came down, you grabbed the lows, you had a massive bullish breakout. You're coming in some big, big, big levels. However, it's very unlikely that this is going to be the high of the week and this is just going to completely roll over. It's unlikely. So buying NQ up into this liquidity level looks really, really nice. I was watching this pre-London and I was seeing if we would squeeze down a little bit more and kind of hold this sort of, you know, left shoulder, head, inverse head and shoulders before squeezing up. But you've had this beautiful breakout 7 a.m. and you're just continuing to push. So if you guys are looking to trade NQ today here in London, I would be looking for this next candle to come down, have a little bit of a pullback, and then continue pushing up into these highs here. I think that looks like a pretty nice trade. You'd be looking for something like that. A little bit of a pullback so you can get in if you're not already in. This would be nice if you're already in. If you saw this breakout, target that weekly high. That'd be a really, really nice move. Able to catch it. Yeah, nice. Beautiful, man. You got it 5 micros. Yeah, amazing. You got 5 micros on the flip of the candle, and you're up 362. Yeah, beautiful trade, man. Lovely, lovely trade. That weekly high looks like a really, really nice target. Really, really nice target. Fantastic to see NQ having such a strong breakout. Goldie having a decent sell-off here, guys. I'm going to look for this next 30 to give a top wick, and I'm going to look to short it. I'm going to look for these gold sells here in the London session. We get that hourly fake out as well. Finally breaking back below major support down here. Most people trying to buy this on gold. We're going to look to sell into where most people are trying to buy, and we'll be shorting into like 32.75-ish. I'll trade micros because I am looking for a much bigger move here. So pull back in the next 3 minutes, and we're going to look to go short. Just want to thank you. I've been following you for just over a year. As of last Friday, I unlocked my first Express Funds account on Topstep following your strategy. Amazing, man. I've learned so much from these free YouTube live streams. And at the point where I can be confident taking trades by myself. Amazing, man. Since I stopped caring about passing the account, just focused on making good trades, I saw Consistency and my profitability go stupid up. Thank you. I look forward to being back in a part of the community. Amazing, man. That's amazing to hear. I appreciate that message as well, man. And good job on getting your Topstep funded account as well, man. That's amazing. Trade it consistently, focus on the plan, and you'll trade it very well, man. Absolutely amazing to hear. Appreciate the message. Amazing to hear, man. Amazing. That's what it's all about. You know, it's lovely when gold does move in the, you know, 2 hour and a half, 2 hours that we do jump on here. But, you know, even when we're not on, these gold trades can be very, very nice. So you guys want to follow the plan and execute these positions on your own, because we're getting some really, really nice moves. Like I say, I think April is probably one of the best months I've had in a while, because there's just been so much volume. There's been so much volume. This my London account here, you know, we got the 5 accounts on Topstep, over like 6,000 on this London account. I took a decent payout last week, and the week before that, April has just been an incredible month. Absolutely incredible month. We've got 2 minutes till this London Open here, guys. I'm going to see if we can short gold. See if we can short Goldie. It's pushing quite hard here. I just want to see a little bit of a pullback so I can sell this. Doesn't have to be a huge pullback either. Just a little top wick into these areas. I'm going to look to sell. Do you trade on Topstep every day? Yep, absolutely, man. We trade the London Open here for about an hour and a half. Yep. I'll probably get short. What a stop's going to be? If we can pull back to here, I'm probably going to risk off at least this high. So I risk in about 75-ish ticks. So at 1 minute, 750 at 5 micros is going to be about 350-ish. So I'll probably trade about 5 micros. And I'm trying to see if we can get this for a decent play down. I'll start off with 5. If I can get a reason to get in more, then yep, I'll look to that. It depends on how nice of a top wick this can be. If we can pull back and I can look for something like this, risking about 750, yeah, I think 5 micros should be good, man. This is looking to be a really nice 30-minute breakout here as well, guys. Also, really nice hourly breakout. Coming down for a big 4-hour wick fill. I don't see any reason to not take this trade. So in 1 minute, I want to see price have a little bit of a pullback, hold this area, and I'm going to look to go short. What I don't want to see is price open and just instantly push down. I want to see a little bit of a pullback so I can sell it, and then I'm going to look to go short. My management point will be, you know, I would love to hold it all the way down here. Are we going to see that big of a move here in the London session? 500 ticks? Probably not. However, I would like to manage this trade as we start getting into this potential reversal region, because this is strong support, broke above, resistance, strong support, broke above. So around 32.90 here on the futures chart would be a management point here for me. So I will look to, if we can pull back, I'll look to short. I'll look to manage here. If we can break, fantastic, but I will manage my risk here and see if I can at least go break even. Because it's a big, strong level where, you know, although I do believe we're going to squeeze much lower and come down and grab a lot of this downside liquidity, like these lows here, there is still a high chance you could have a little bit of a reaction from here. But we're basically trying to follow through this huge Asia sell-off, pullback, breaking back to the downside. Yeah, I want to see if we can short this guy. So let's have a little bit of a pullback here. Pulling back nicely. I'm getting short here on Goldie. I'm going to have a hard stop above these highs. I'm going to try and see if we can squeeze this. What do we have down into there? I'm not going to set a hard TP because I don't know how far this is going to run, but I'm short here on gold, guys. My exit will be closures back above this level. Let's say if the 15 closes back above here, I will exit there. I won't let it come near my hard stop. Closure back above here, and that'll be my exit. Actually, I might put a sell stop on the break of the low as well for another 2. If we reflip back bearish, I'm gonna have a sell stop on the low, and I'll be in for 7. So I'm short now for 5 micros. I'm gonna take another 2 if we can re-break this low and continue pushing down. If we start breaking back above these levels and closing, I'll be happy to exit maybe like $200. I'm kind of risking the trade I took in Asia. What is this level? Oh, that's my sell stop. I was like, what's this level here? I was like, is that support level? That is my sell stop. This is quite a decent push. Let me see. 30-minute was nice. You got a decent 30-minute breakout. We closed below all of this noise here. Massive support, resistance, broke above, support, massive breakout. Pulling back, holding it in the first, 30 seconds, which is good. So I want to see this candle look something like this. Like this. Nice. Oh, where have we gone? Nice. We just broken it all. Where's my beautiful drawing gone? I want to see this 30-minute candle look something like this, where we're holding this level, and I want to see us come back down, hold this resistance, leave a nice wick, and then come down for a nice body and tap into these areas. Look at that work of art. That's what we like to see. If we do get a 30-minute closure back above and we confirm a fake out to the upside, I would flip the bias to bullish, maybe closure back above here. Strong 30-minute fake out back above here, and I'll flip the bias. Just passed an eval. Amazing, man. Well done. Good job. First thing here on a Monday morning. Nice work. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Let's see if we can get this nice push here on Goldie. This is a big. Look at these big wicks. How do I hide everything for a second? There is quite a lot of wick rejections from here. Big wicks. So it is a, kind of right where this sell stop is, to be honest. It is a big support level. That's why I'll only enter in another 2 if we can re-break the low. If we can't re-break the low here and we keep squeezing up, I'll just cancel this order. Actually, let me cancel this. Pushing quite hard. I've got rid of the sell stop. I'll put the sell stop back in if we look like we're going to reject. Let me drop down to the 5. What would I not want to see? Yeah, I'm going to put my stop here. I don't want to see it come anywhere near there. 3301.5. If we get a strong 5-minute closure, I may just get out there straight away. This is a pretty strong push off this support here. I've just seen this strong support. It's quite a strong reaction. What's this? It's about a 29 tick reaction. Quite strong. Let's see. If we close back above, let's say here, we broke below, broke back above. There's a big fake out. So if we break back above, that may be my exit. Maybe minus 160. Let's see. We got 1 minute till this candle's going to close. Let's see. Let's see. Breaks back above that, and that'll be my exit. It's quite a strong instant push up there, which I don't really like too much. I kind of would want to see us break this support already, but I didn't really spot this level. But now I'm kind of seeing this level. I'm like, we did kind of hold this area. If we can break this area, fantastic. So I'm not going to enter in 2 on the break the low, guys. I'll enter in 2 if we can actually close below this support. Because once we close below this support, our next level is going to be back down at, so say 32. What was about 28? 32.87. So I'm not going to have the sell stop in. I'm going to wait for candle to actually break below. Well, that's a decent rejection, so I could have stops above this high soon. If we re-break that high, I probably don't want to be in the trade anyway. I want to bring my stop to this high here. I don't want to see that high broken now. If you guys are asking questions on YouTube, apologies, I don't have the screen up right now. I'm just trying to manage this trade. I'll look at your guys' questions here in a second. I'm trying to target... there's a decent breakout there. I could probably enter a little bit more here. Trying to target down here. Nice 5-minute closure there, guys. I'm going to enter in a sell stop on the break of this low here. Cool. Bring my stop here. Having a decent squeeze down here. I'm going to bring my stop above this 5-minute high. I don't want to see us come up to create a new high. Actually, I'm going to go bring it here. My stop's at 32.93.8. Let's see if we can break this level. Looks like we're coming in some big support though. It's starting to bounce a little bit from it. Actually, it kind of makes sense. Look at these big wicks here to the left. Big wicks. So an initial reaction from here could happen. So I'm going to keep my stops at break even. Ooh, nice push. Nice push. Ooh, nice push. I'm going to take off. I'm taking off 5 there, guys. Oh, that's quite a far stop. That's probably going to stop me out. All right, guys. I'm closing full there, guys. I'm out full. I'm closing full. Nice little scalp there. We may squeeze lower, but I'm happy with that scalp. That was about a 80 tick trade. Where was our entry? I believe our entry was what, somewhere from here. About a 50 tick scalp. The reason I'm exiting, although I do believe you're going to grab these lows, I'm not holding for that big of a move in London. And this support here to the left, I would be stupid not to react off this support. This is a big support level. Though I'd love to see gold break this and continue pushing lower. We could easily also just bounce from this support and have a bit of a pullback. My entry isn't, from up here where I'm very safe. My entry was from like here. The next candle could easily pull back, tap into this level, stop me out before pushing, which at that point, I'd rather secure my trade and potentially get another one. So yeah, good trade, guys. I'm happy with that. I'm locking it in. Just closed 4 and left 1 to trail. Yeah, nice. Secured 61 ticks. Amazing. Closed full. Yeah, nice work. Amazing. If you guys did get it well done, I'm up 600 here on the day, and we're already getting a strong reaction from that support. So very, very nice exit there, guys. If you guys did take that trade, well done. Out for 160, yeah, amazing. Look at that instant reaction from that support, guys. Basically, would have got us a break even. That's what I was like. My entry's not perfect. And even if we're going to break this support, we're still going to have a decent reaction from this area. So I'd rather just lock it in and see how we react to this support. So I don't know how we're going to react around here. So yeah, good trade. Amazing. Well done, guys. 60 ticks, 5 micros. Yeah, amazing. Good job, guys. Good job. Thanks. First $200. Amazing W. Good job. You guys on YouTube, drop a like for the Topstep channel as well. If you guys did get that trade, well done. Really, really nice push there. It was quite a quick trade. It's quite a quick scalp. But that on gold was like an 80 tick drop, like a 60 tick drop. Which if I'm normally trading my 1 mini, that's a $600 trade in 5 minutes. That's a really, really big push. Really, really big push. So amazing work there, guys. Amazing work. And we're pretty much right back to where our entry would have been anyway. So good exit as well. Good entry, good exit. I scaled in nicely to that one as well, which I don't normally do. But I have been doing it more recently, and it has been working out pretty well. Scaled into the winner. Had my initial 5 as it broke below the support, as I said I would if we top wig, then I'm gonna, I said if we break this level, I'm gonna enter in a little bit more. We broke that level, I put in another sell stop, I pulled out more than what I would have. So yeah, good trade, guys. Well done. Double or nothing. All right, let's go to full contract. Yeah, nice exit, same as last week. Yeah, that's the thing, whether it's a win or it's a loss, I exit my trades the same way I exit my winners. That's the way I'm able to keep my losses small. Because I exit the trade in the exact same way. Very nice trade, thank you, man. Thank you. Nice exit, yeah. For a really, really good exit there, guys. But it comes straight back to our entry. And now the exit wasn't just because I look at $600 and go, oh, that's a nice day. My exit was because this is a big level of support. And if I didn't accept that this was a big level of support, regardless of if I want price to break this, and I just watched price bounce off this support and it just stops me out, I'd look back and I'd go, why on earth did I not manage my trade at this massive support? Although, I would love to see price break this support, you could still pull back a couple of 100 ticks before breaking that. That's possible. I'm very neutral. I'm not trying to think too much. I know that this is a strong level of support. And what did I say earlier at the start of the stream, guys? I did say daily time frame is at a big level of daily support. Although I do believe, we're going to break it and come down and grab some daily lows, being at a daily level of support still means we could pull back 100, 200, 300 ticks before potentially breaking it. So I want to take my quick little London scalp here. You may pull back and I still might get some more shorts later on. I still love these lows to get grabbed, but does it have to get grabbed? In the hour and a half that we're on here for? Of course not. So good exit as well, guys. If you guys did get that trade, well done. Nice work. Really, really nice trade. Where was our entry from? So I'm up about 600 on the day here on Topstep. Where was my entry from? You guys on YouTube will be able to watch it back, but I think it was from somewhere. And I think it was from here actually. And you know what, guys? I just want to teach you guys this before I look at other markets, but my original stop was up here, right? I think it was somewhere, yeah, it was around there. It's around 75 ticks. Once this candle here started re-breaking back lower and this left a beautiful rejection, well, now I can risk off this high. Because if this is a true liquidity grab to push down, you shouldn't need to re-break that high. But if you are going to re-break that high, then there's a high chance you're just going to push higher anyway. So I've gone from risking over 75 ticks to now, sorry, what was it 70? Gone from risking 80 ticks to now only risking 40. And as it starts re-breaking even lower, I go from risking 80 to 40 to break even. And our exit was here. Like, that was a pretty perfect trade. Not the biggest of risk reward, but still, it was a good in and out trade. Great exit, great stop loss. Maybe we're to go lock out of my day. Yeah, amazing, man. See you guys tomorrow. Yeah, enjoy, man. Appreciate you tuning in. If you guys did get that trade, well done. If you didn't get it because it was maybe too quick, that's fine. I want to show you guys the reasons behind the trade as opposed to you guys just following this blindly. This isn't a signal group or financial advice. This is just purely entertainment education for you guys. So if you didn't get it, don't start revenge trading. We could have more opportunities here, but I want you guys to understand the reasons behind the trade as opposed to, you know, you just blindly followed it. Because you will get these opportunities multiple times even when we're not on stream. So you guys want to get good at taking these trades on your own as well. 59 ticks W, yeah, half risk, $295. Yeah, amazing, man, amazing. Even at half risk, getting $300 is huge. Absolutely massive. This is the 5-minute time frame, man. So the trade was based off the 30-minute breaking out of the range, 30-minute support, 5-minute execution. Yeah, especially copied across multiple accounts. Absolutely, man. $300 copied across, you know, 2-3 accounts, $600 to $1,200. Sorry, $600 to $900 is amazing, man. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Grateful for your clear explanations. Thank you. Appreciate it. If anyone doesn't understand the trade, you guys on Zoom as well, if anyone doesn't understand the trade and you want me to recap it, feel free to let me know. But if you all understand it, that's fine. It was a perfect entry and a pretty perfect exit as well. We could have some more trades here today. That's the thing. We do have more opportunities here today. Could this now be the, you know, the big reaction of this support where we could actually see gold come to retrace some of this massive Asia sell-off? Yeah, maybe. I think this 30-minute closure will be the decider. The 15 minutes currently grabbing lows, trying to bounce back higher as well. Look at that. We took perfect advantage of that liquidity grab. Look at that fantastic liquidity grab. That liquidity grab was our short. And now, you know, could gold continue pulling back and you could come up and squeeze this little intraday trend line? Yeah, very possible. Very, very possible. How many people do you think are probably trying to short this trend line on gold right now? I would imagine a lot of people are trying to short this. So could you pull back and squeeze much higher? Yeah, I think so. If I'm going to potentially risk the 600 that I am up here today, I am going to wait for... How's the 15 looking? 15 grabbing lows, breaking out. It's a pretty decent 15 closure. Next 15 may come down, give you a bottom wick, and you could actually break this back higher. Now, if I do want to risk giving some of this trade back, maybe leveraging some of these profits. Not that I will, I could trade another account, but I would like to at least see a break back above 32.98. 32.98. Big strong level. Broke above, big support push, broke, resistance, huge dip, big support, resistance. So although I do think we're probably going to break this and continue pushing higher, what I think and what's going to happen are two very different things. So I do believe gold's going to have a squeeze higher. However, I have to let the market show me that what I'm thinking could be correct, and that would be in a form of a closure back above this level. Yeah, I agree, man. Let's pull back in to grab some previous 4-hour highs. Yeah, definitely, especially on the futures chart. I look at this 4-hour time frame, and to me, this could easily pull back and tap into this previous 4-hour high here on the futures chart at, let's say, 33.12. That looks like a pretty decent level before, you know, we may get some selling in the New York session, because we're still at major support. So this high here looks to be a nice liquidity target. If we can break back above this level, I think that's going to be a nice target. And again, that's going to be a decent range as well. That's going to be a 130 tick range. That's going to be a fantastic range. What an exit there as well, guys. Beautiful exit. Beautiful exit. How far do you need to go down to move your trade? How far down do you need to go to move your trade down to the 40 tick to 20 ticks, then break even? It's not really so much how many ticks we're moving. It's more so where we're at. So the reason that I went from... how do I drag my stop up? How do I... I'll just show you. That's a good question, man. It's a very good question. Let me show you. Let me just put a 100 tick stop here. So the reason that I was bringing down my risk wasn't necessarily because, you know, I didn't want to lose any more money, or I liked the look of the gains I was starting to see. The reason I started to bring my risk from this high to this high, because I was looking at this 5-minute rejection here. If I just zoom in again, this is very refined price action. You guys don't have to, if you guys are still new in your price action trade, don't feel like you have to refine this much. I've been trading for like 7 years, so I've seen these things happen that many times that, to me, if this is a true liquidity grab to push down, you shouldn't need to re-break that high. But if you do re-break that high, there's a high chance you're probably going to push up into here. So I'm like, well, if that's a true liquidity grab, I can risk off that high, because a liquidity grab is where we grab a high and then push back down. But if it's not a true liquidity grab, we're going to break it and push higher. So then I was happy to go from here to here once this candle started to close bearish. And then the reason I was able to go break even is because we closed back below this little level here. So if we're closing back below this little level, well, this is the area that I would want to see respected to push down. So therefore, I can go break even because we've broken back below the support. I don't really want to see price come all the way back to here and then hope that it pushes lower. So as soon as we broke back below this next level, cool, I can bring my stops from here to break even. I can enter in a little bit more, and then I can exit right at the next support level, which was a big 30-minute level here to the left. I'm always looking left. You know, you guys probably see my mouse always drawn here, but whichever way I draw my levels, I'm always drawing my levels based off what's happened in the past. That's why it's so much easier now to trade gold once we pull back from all-time highs, opposed to peaking all-time highs, because there's nothing to the left. I based all my trades off what's to the left, and that was the reason I was able to manage the risk and also exit. I want to see a perfect exit. Yeah, perfect exit. Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good exit. And it was a decent amount of ticks as well. Like if we had taken that at 1 micro, it's like a $600 trade in like 5 minutes. Like that's a 60 ticks in one 5-minute candle is a decent push. Very, very decent push. So potential next trade in this 30-minute close, guys. Hey, Aaron, quick question. Do you trade live during the Asian session with your students Monday to Friday? I don't do the Asian live streams, but I do Asia market calls. I do market calls to the Asian New York session every single day, and we trade live for London from 6 a.m. till about 9 a.m. man. Can you please an example of a good level for a short and a good level for buy on this chart? My next good level for a short is breaks back below this strong 30-minute support here. If we can close back below this support, the reason this is a big level is because look how many times we held it. We tried to break it, pushed higher, broke below it, held its resistance, squeezed lower. So if we can break back below this level, I think that's a good short. Now, if I want to go, and we got liquidity targets all the way down here, so we could still get back in this. If I do want to buy gold, well, what have we just done? We have just closed below a level, held it as resistance and squeezing lower. That's why I got short. So if I want to buy gold, well, the bias is going to be very simple. All I'm going to wait for is a closure back above here, and then I'm going to buy into this 4-hour liquidity high. So we have sells on the break of this level, and we have buys on the breaker here. So our job now is very simple. We let the markets come to us. So I use these levels to understand when I should be in a trade and when I shouldn't be in a trade. I got short because we broke below this level, and I held it, and we pushed lower. If we close like this in 9 minutes in the middle of the range, that's fine. I'll accept it. I'll wait. We'll look at some other markets. So I'll short on the breakout at this level, and I'll buy on the breakout at this level. I have targets into here for the upside, and I have targets down into 32.75 if we break back below. So in whichever way we break now, we can simply sit on our hands and let the markets come to us. We're chilling right now. We're happy. The markets, broke below, held it. We're holding resistance, holding support, and these are the times when it can be much easier to get positions, because now if we break back below, fantastic, we're going to short all the way down to here. If we break back above, cool, we're going to buy all the way up into here. We have 2 very good options on gold right now. But because these are quite strong 30-minute levels, I do want to see this 30-minute close in about 8 minutes before I do make any more decisions. The 15's looking nice. Also trying to squeeze lower, so yeah, we got time. We got time. We got time. Plenty of time. It's Monday morning as well, guys. Monday morning, we've got plenty of time. Let's have a look at some other markets for you guys. I know you guys did NQ end up ripping the weekly high. Oh, very close. That was my work of art. How I was pitching in this high to look. This candle to look. Not quite coming up yet. Creating a quite a nice double top. Did ES squeeze the weekly open? Yes, you did. Yep. So ES tapped into the weekly open. NQ doesn't really need to. So a nice little correlation between the two there. Although it hasn't been grabbed here on NQ, it has been tapped on ES. Killing the explanations, man. Thank you. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. I don't want you guys just to take these trades with me blindly. I want you guys to understand the reasons behind them. Because like I said, these opportunities come multiple times every single day. Trades on CFDs? You can, yep, you can. The reason I trade futures is because I don't have to deal with spreads. If I'm taking a 5-minute trade here on gold, but I got to deal with like 2 to 5 ticks, which may not seem like a lot, in and out of the trade, it adds up. So for day trading, I think futures is much better. But if you want to, you definitely can. Just make sure the spreads don't take away too much of the profits. My execution here on Topstep was fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, ES is kind of similar to NQ. Buying up into this weekly high was really nice because, like I said earlier, there's a high chance that this isn't going to be enough of a weekly high So, wait, have we tapped into it or have we not got there yet? Where's the weekly open? Yeah, it's basically around, like, let me just clean these levels up. Basically here. I mean, you had a fantastic close last week on ES, very, very strong. You've held this inverse head and shoulders here in the Asian session. You have this big left shoulder, here's your head. You had a nice push down here, open in the Asian session, held this inverse head and shoulders with an overall weekly bullish bias. That's a pretty decent reversal pattern. So buying this breakout here at 7:30 was really nice. If I was looking to trade ES, I would be looking to buy this breakout here. I let the markets come to me. I let the markets break out, and then I take my piece and I'd be here and here, if not up into here. If you're not already in an ES position, I wouldn't jump in anything just yet. The ideal entry was buying up into this weekly open and into this liquidity. So now that you're basically there, I would be a little bit careful. I'd look for a bit of a, I wouldn't short it personally, but I'd look for a bit of a pullback and I'd just continue buying. You had a fantastic, fantastic closure last week, and I'd want to be following the momentum. Hey, just got on. Reckon you could talk me through your trades today? Yep, absolutely, man. Hope you're well as well. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, I've taken probably a bit too many trades today on gold. I've taken 3 trades today. I've taken 1 loss and 2 winners. The loss I took was in the Asian session. I took buys here on gold around here. Original stop was down here. I was trying to buy up into this liquidity level. As soon as I saw this 5-minute grab the highs and close bearish, I was getting out of my position right away. So I took an initial loss there on the day. And then I got in my second trade pre-London. Once you came down, and this was also an hourly breakout, it was also a 30-minute liquidity grab. I got more longs here, and I got out at this level to the left. So I took a nice little 1-to-1 there. And then the trade that we just took here on stream, man, is we got short. Once this 5-minute came up to grab the highs, we had a 30-minute breakout, and we were just shorting down into this support. And that was about 60-ish ticks. It's about 60 ticks. That's it. So I've taken about 3 trades so far today, man. I'm probably going to lock this one out soon. But yeah, one loss in Asia, 2 winners pre-London. 1 winner pre-London and 1 winner London Open. Good day so far. Yeah, good Monday. Good Monday. Very, very good Monday. Like I said, 3 trades in a day is typically a bit much for me. But, you know, I don't stop trading just because I've had 1 trade and I've had 1 loser. I stop trading depending on how I feel mentally. And I feel like I'm still pretty in the zone. I can make good decisions without being too worried about my losses or giving back some of my winners. You know, I was already up, before we took this short, I was already up about 200 on the day. And I was willing to risk that 200 to make like 600 on the day. But will I take a fourth trade today? Not on this account. Not on this account. Maybe we can trade. I can't trade the London account because I have a payout coming. Maybe we trade one of the Adric or one of these accounts. But this account will be done for me for the day. But yeah, some good trades, yeah. How can you tell that it's a breakout and not a false breakout? Great question. I actually have a video coming out this week. I'll post it on my channel about how to trade fake outs. And the thing is, you never know what's a fake out and what's a breakout until it's actually confirmed. That's why you want to trade what's right in front of you. For instance, here on gold, you know, you broke to the downside. Was I worried that this was going to be a fake out and we were going to break back above? Not really. I want to trade what I see. I want to trade what's right in front of me. And what's right in front of me is a strong 30-minute closure below with good liquidity targets. So having targets is we may actually get more sells here, guys. If this continues to break out, I may actually get short again. So a breakout is trading what's right in front of you. If, you know, let's say if you have a bullish bias for the day, for whatever reason, when gold's at all-time highs, I had a very bullish bias. So when I saw these breakouts, I wasn't trying to short it because my bias was bullish and I had clear targets. So if I wanted to take a breakout, then I'll just be waiting for price to break back above, confirm the fake out, and then I would go long. Now, it's not to say that price had to break out, but it was more so just to say that if we do break back above, that'll be a fake out and that'll be my trade. So it all depends on where your targets are. Same as here on Friday. You can see this nice trend line coming up here. So why would I not short this breakout? Well, because my trade is to buy up into all this trend line liquidity. So I'll simply wait for price to break back above, confirm my fake out, and then I'll go long. But it also depends on what time frame you're trading on as well. Let's say if you're looking for, I'm just trying to visualize, how can I explain this? Like, let's say if you tried to short this 30-minute closure here. I don't know, we'll have a look. Let's say if you tried to short this 30-minute breakout, but this was an hourly level of support. Well, if we go to the hourly, and this might have been, I haven't checked. Yeah, it was still closed below. So I wouldn't short a 30-minute breakout at an hourly level of support. For instance, here, you know, this is a huge level of support. So would I short a 15-minute breakout here at an hourly level of support? For instance, here, would I have shorted this breakout here today? I wouldn't have, because I know that this is an hourly level of support. So if anything, I want to be looking for fake outs to continue buying, picturing in the back of my head that the hourly could close with a beautiful wick rejection holding support, and then I might go long. So I'm kind of using multi-time frame analysis to kind of understand what is a good breakout and what is an actual fake out. So would I short this 15-minute fake out? I wouldn't. Why? Because, well, what is it? It's a massive hourly level of support. And at any minute, the hourly can close like that. So if anything, I want to be looking for fake out buy opportunities on the 15-minute to buy the hourly support. If that makes sense. Hope I explained that properly. It's kind of hard to explain without it happening in real time. But a fake out's never confirmed till you break back above. Don't worry about what could be a fake out. You react to a fake out once the previous candle has closed in the opposing direction. Otherwise, you get too glued to what could happen as opposed to what's happening right in front of you. Cheers, Tony. Heading off for the day. Yep, thank you, man. See you next time. Same as, you know, let's say, same as here. Like, say if we were trying to buy this hourly support and let's say, you know, price was down here. I'm like, oh, I think we're going to break back above. We're not here to trade off what we think. We're here to trade off what the markets are showing us. And as long as we hold below this level, we should only really be looking for sells. But if we do close back above, cool. That's the fake out confirmation. Then we can take our buys. So there's a fine line between, you know, trading what you think and trading what's right in front of you. We did just get a decent 30-minute breakout there, guys. So could you look for further downside now that we have continued selling off? Yes, you could. You definitely could. But I want to see a little bit of a pullback to get a good risk to reward, and you could probably continue selling gold today. That was a pretty decent 30-minute closure. You've also had a strong 15-minute break, finally back below the support. So that's the first breakout. Could we short again? I don't really want to take a fourth trade, but this does look good to sell off again. Hey Aaron, how much easier is it for you to make profit during a busy session such as New York compared to now? It's probably easier in New York, I definitely have to have more patience in Asia and London. Well, usually in Asia and London, but Asia and London have been huge moves recently. It's as easy to get trades in both sessions. I just understand that the moves can happen a lot quicker in New York. But in terms of like the analysis, it's the exact same. I prefer the Asian and London session because I can have more time to make good decisions. But yeah, I do sometimes still trade New York as well. Yep. How long do you stay watching the chart? Honestly, like if it was right now, like I'm up 600 a day, I've had like 3 trades a day, I'd be locking myself out right now and be going about my business. So I'd say like actual sat here watching the charts, like maybe 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less. Because I'm sitting around with you guys, I'm happy to, you know, stick around and answer you guys' questions. But if I was just trading on my own right now, yeah, I'd be locked out. I'd be done for the day. But I'm sticking around for you guys, so feel free to use this time to ask over any questions, guys. We could still get short on maybe the re-break of some lows here. That was a decent 30-minute breakout. Do you copy trade some other time, or you trade all accounts individually? At the minute, I usually copy trade, but at the minute I am trading these ones separately because the balances are all very different. So I don't want to, you know, over risk on one and, you know, get stopped out on one and the drawdown on another might be bigger. These two are basically the same. So I could copy trade these two, but these 3 here are completely different. And I have a payout common on this London one, so I don't want to copy trade that one. So personally, I prefer to keep them different in terms of sessions. Like these are my 2 Asia accounts, these are my London, and these are kind of my maybe New York, I guess you could say. I like to. I was copying across the funded accounts and some combines to get all of them. But now I prefer to keep them separate. I have my 2 Asia ones and I have my London. The reason I'm not trading my London one today is because I did request a payout on Friday and it hasn't come out of the balance just yet. So I don't want to give it back. But I've had this account since January, and we're growing beautifully. Asking hard ones, do you cook or eat out? I actually cook quite a lot. I try and track my calories. I do a lot of fitness stuff as well, so I don't eat out too much. I did kind of have a little bit of a binge on the weekend. Sometimes the trading plan's easier to stick to than the eating plan. But yeah, I do try and cook at home a lot. I'll eat out sometimes if I'm like super busy. I'll go get something. But when I'm trying to stick into my routine and doing my training, going to the gym, etc., yeah, I try and track what I eat. So yeah, I feel that. Yeah, absolutely. Thoughts on hypertrophy. Don't do ice baths. So my payout was approved and the balance was removed from my account. If I blow the SFA now before I get the money, can I lose it? Yes, as long as it's come out from the balance, man. Yep. If it hasn't hit your bank yet, it doesn't matter. As long as it's come out of your balance, yep, you're fine to trade it, man. Like here, mine hasn't come out of where are we? London. Like as soon as I see this big drop, which will be today, minus 2,500, then I'll be able to trade it again. I think for us, because we're, you know, us Australian guys, it's international, it does take a little bit longer, but for you guys in the US, it's very quick. Yeah, not that planet, yeah, yep. It's good to know, man. How long did it take you to become profitable? Over 2 years. 2 years of constant failure to get somewhat consistent at trading. I've been trading for 7 years now. I didn't play 2Up. Nah, I didn't know what it was until I saw people playing it. I know my girlfriend told me about it. I didn't know what it was. I missed out though. Next year. I don't know how I haven't heard about that because I've been here for like almost 3 years. But yeah, I somehow didn't know about that. But yeah, I've been trading for 7 years and I didn't make any money in trading for the first 2 years. Not a single penny. I lost money consistently. So it took me way over 2 years. And I don't think it should take you guys as long because you guys have literally hours on end of live traders here on Topstep TV. Whereas when I first started trading, live streaming trading wasn't really a thing. If I had someone to tune into every single day and watch them trade live, watch them take through their positions, show their accounts, I would be way further ahead than what I would be now. I didn't have them opportunities when I first started. That's why I started streaming on my own channel, because I was like, I want to be able to do something that I didn't have when I first started, to be able to showcase, you know, there's a lot of noise in trading, showcase that what I'm talking about actually works. So if I had someone to tune into every single day, I feel like I would be way further ahead than what I am now, because a lot of my first 2 years was just going around in circles, following the wrong people, following, you know, strategies that just didn't work for me. And it was only through my own trial and error that I would have to figure that out. Whereas if I saw someone trading every single day, I'd be like, yeah, this works and this makes sense to me. This is what I'm going to trade. A lot of my first 2 years were literally just going round and round in circles, just doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. And then kind of get to a point where it's like, okay, cool, this is not working. Let me actually fix what I'm doing wrong and try and change it. So it took me at least 2 to 3 years. Hopefully it doesn't take you guys that long. This is what these streams are all about. These streams aren't just about, you know, you guys watch me trade and we all make money. Although that would be fantastic. These streams are about helping you guys learn in a much quicker and better place. We're building this London Open into a good community for you guys. A free community here live on YouTube. Can you show us how you begin and mark your analysis when you start your day? Yeah, sure. Why don't we do it on something that we haven't broken down here today? Let's break it down on copper. Let's delete. I know you guys like to look at copper as well, so let's delete everything. I'll delete everything. Yep. Mondays can be full marge and Aaron roasting. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. So what I will do is, it's Monday today, so it's important for me to understand how did last week close. Now, do I need to look at the weekly candle every single day? Not really. And, you know, we are, 3 days away until this monthly candle is going to close. So I just like to have a quick look at the weekly time frame. Monthly time frame. Let's have a quick look. How are we looking for this month so far? Are we looking pretty bearish? Are we looking bullish? Wow, this is interesting. Look at this on copper, guys. This is the monthly time frame. What has this month done? Well, how did last month close? For the past, you know, January, February, March, we've been very bullish on copper. Look at this on copper. This to me looks like a huge liquidity grab and being at massive support to see if you can start breaking back again to all-time highs again. Was that all-time highs? I think so. Yeah, that was all-time highs. So monthly time frame, overall very bullish. This monthly could easily continue pushing higher. So we got massive support on the monthly time frame. I just like to have a quick look because we're about to close. It's just interesting to see how this candle has closed. Weekly time frame. Again, you know, when I'm doing my kind of top-down analysis, I'm not drawing on loads of technicals. Obviously, we're day trading, but it's still important for us to understand what are we doing. Like you can kind of see here, we had a very nice liquidity grab here to the lows, held massive support, but I don't need to draw that on. I can see that. It might help you guys to draw on, but I can see, you know, we grabbed a lot of liquidity, we held support. I don't need to draw that on. I don't want to have too many drawings on my charts. Me personally, I like to keep it clean. So we've had a massive weekly liquidity grab. We've had a very strong week. We had a nice strong closure last week. Last week's high looks like a nice target, so we can mark on that high. Let's go down to the daily time frame. Again, I haven't looked at copper at all today, so this is the first time I'm breaking it down for you guys. What can we kind of see here? We've had a decent push up here. Daily's broken out a nice level of resistance. We held it nicely on Friday. So to me, monthly's looking bullish, weekly's looking bullish, daily's looking bullish. That's what I want to see. I want to see all time frames lining up together. If sometimes I drop on the daily and the daily's looking bearish, but the weekly's looking bullish and the 4 hourly's looking bullish, and I'm like, I want to see most time frames lining up well. So decent breakout there, daily time frame, nice big support. Now for intraday time frame, where we're actually looking for trades, what can we see? We have a nice trend line coming down here that Cian spotted. Nice trend line coming down there. Beautiful trend line. So could we looking to buy up into where most people are trying to sell? Yeah, it looks pretty good. We've had a pretty decent fake out of this support here. Nice resistance, broke above. Aggressively broke back below on Friday. And then huge bullish engulfing candle on the next 4 hour, confirming a very, very nice fake out. So to me, higher time frames are bullish, and this intraday time frame is looking very nice as well. So now I can just get rid of this. I don't need to draw on that fake out. I know that it's happened. I want to keep it clean. Let me drop down to the hourly time frame. We have a lot of equal highs here. So we got some liquidity sitting above here. What have we done here? We had a really nice morning star here as well. Look at this, very nice. What time was that? 4 a.m. Came down, grabbed the lows, held support. 4 a.m. buys were really nice. If we're not already in the buys, which we're not, we're trying to break this down from scratch. I would say, cool. We had a nice little breakout there. We broke back above this nice support that got held. This is looking, it's actually looking good for some buys actually. It's actually looking like a nice trade. 30-minute time frame, little bit choppy. So I do want buys here on copper, but am I going to start buying for no reason? No, I'm not. I want to buy up into this trend line. And say buy up into like 4.9 looks like a pretty decent target. Let me just mark on 4.9. I personally like to use the nice round psychological level, so I'll mark on 4.9. I'll change the opacity to 50%, so I know it's more of a psychological level as opposed to a support and resistance level. So I'll mark on that. We have a big trend line coming down, which same as gold. I look at trend lines as what are most people trying to do and how can I take advantage of it. So I'd look at this trend line and go, oh, if we pull back to here, I would imagine a lot of people are probably going to try and short this. Therefore, I want to be looking for a big play up. Gold having a big fake out as well, guys. So I want to be looking for longs because we're overall bullish on all the higher time frames. So what I'd basically be looking for is even a 30-minute closure back above here, to be honest. In 17 minutes, we close back above here. I'd be looking for copper buys all the way up into at least 4.9. Here's my liquidity target. Here's my breakout level that price hasn't yet closed above. Therefore, if I want longs, I want to see the market show me that what I'm thinking is correct, which what I'm thinking is buys up into 4.9. Or I don't want to react off what I'm thinking until the markets show me that. And the way that the markets will confirm that is just a very simple breakout and a closure back above the most recent level of support, broken resistance. So for me, I want to see buys back above on copper. I want to see it hold the level. And I want to look for buys into this initial liquidity target of 4.89. And I want to look for buys up into at least 4.9. And who knows, copper could easily rip this trend line and keep squeezing much higher. So I haven't pre-broken down this chart. This is the first time I've looked at copper this week. And that is basically how I'll break down any chart, man. So I hope that helps. Who do you say, going to break down, begin and make your analysis from when you start your day? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope that helps. I just look at pure price action. That's all I like to use. So, and this actually could be a trade I could look to take actually. Break back above that, I think, in the New York session, or if not, you know, maybe closer to 9 to 10 a.m. actually could be a nice break. And yeah, my stop on this would be if I was buying this breakout here. What I would like to see, in order for me to get more of a valid stop, because I like to base my stops off liquidity targets. So I would like to see price come down, liquidate some lows, and then close above, like this. And then my stop would be based off this liquidity grab. And I'd be looking to play up. So I'd be below the breakout candle. Yep. Thank you. Yep, no worries, man, no worries. And it's actually, you guys who do trade copper, I would keep an eye on this one. Yeah, maybe soon, Nate. Maybe soon. Yeah, we need to get them going, man. Need to get them going for sure. Ask him for a mate. Copper. I'm watching copper. Sorry, copper. I'm used to saying copper now. I'm watching gold on my other chart here. You've just had a pretty decent 15-minute fake out. You've had a 15 closure back above this level. Not much of a bottom wick here. But we could actually keep buying copper. This is I am watching this on my clean chart here as well, guys. You guys on YouTube can only see this chart, but I do have a naked chart down here as well, which I just look at pure price action. Yeah, I'm still watching gold. We have had a nice break above, but remember, guys, this is a strong 30-minute level. Therefore, just me personally, I'm happy to wait for a 30 closure above. If this 30 does close above, though, you guys who are going to continue trading into when D jumps on, I would be looking for this. And these 4-hour highs look very nice. But, again, I personally will be waiting for that 30-minute closure above. Cheers from London. Welcome, man. Welcome. I'll be back in London in August time, actually. So if anyone is around UK when I'm back in August, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram. We'll do a little Aaron Trade / Topstep meetup at some point. I'll be back in August time. Would you take an entry on this retracement or only until it breaks? No, not yet. You could have maybe justified this closure, but again, you know, you don't want to be fighting the markets. This is what I said to you guys. You want to be trading what's right in front of you. So as this candle closes below, I don't want to think about what could happen. Like, I don't want to think, not that it, no, wait, let me reword this properly. As price here is closing below this support, it's okay to think that this could be a fake out because you may have an upside bias, but I don't want to be buying against a clear 15-minute closure below a nice level of support just because I think price is going to go up. Because if you try and trade off what you think, the amount of times that price will just retrace, hold into here and keep pushing lower, and you'll look back and go, wow, that was a terrible buy. You want to wait for the markets to actually confirm that what you're thinking is correct. So this closure back above, this could actually be the start of a nice fake out, and now we could look for some buys. But for me personally, just because it's such a strong 30-minute level, 30-minute resistance, I want a 30-minute closure above. Because there's been so many times where I see like a 15-minute break back above a level. I try go long, and then I get faked out, and then I look back at the higher time frame and I go, wow, I was trying to take a 15-minute breakout at a higher time frame level of resistance. It just doesn't make sense. So for me, if I've identified this level here on a 30-minute time frame, I'm happy to wait for the closure above. And I know it might be scary and you might get fear of missing out, but this is what gold loves to do. If you look back at, all these wicks on gold, before this was a huge wick. It was one big bearish candle. And if you tried to chase that before the closure, you would have got stopped out. And that's just what gold loves to do. So I'm not saying it has to happen, but this is looking very bullish right now. At any point, this could easily start to pull back and leave one big massive wick. And if you don't wait for the closure above, you could get trapped. So because it's a 30-minute level, I personally want to see a 30-minute closure above, bottom wick, and then fantastic. Then I'll take my trade. But I want to let the market show me. So no, personally, I wouldn't have bought this up just yet. But if we can close back above in 11 minutes, and you guys who are trading into D session, yeah, 30-minute break back above, and you got nice buys into these 4-hour highs. Absolutely. Specific reason you use the 30-minute chart for a lot of your analysis. I've noticed a lot of the Topstep coaches use that too. I'm a lot more used to seeing people use the 15 or 5. My trade here today was taken off the 5-minute. I personally love the 5-minute, but I only love the 5-minute for execution, and that's just come from trial and error. I have taken so many losses trying to trade 5-minute breakouts, and they just never work. Look at this. If you tried to buy the breakout, stopped out. Tried to take shorts, stopped out. Tried to take, again, the buys, stopped out. Like you get literally, again, you try to take this, grab the lows in a 5-minute breakout, you get stopped out. So gold loves to create these ranges, and I just find the higher the time frame, the closure, this is a nice actual trend line. Just the it's kind of just more confirmed, and it's like a nice trend line coming down here. I just find the 30-minute the cleanest on gold. I'm not sure about other markets like NQ and oil and ES, but for gold, I just find the 30-minute levels and the 30-minute closures can be so simple. That it's just kind of like I've just found it to be the sweet spot on gold. 30-minute and hourly closures, they're my favorite. It just saves me getting too chopped up on a lot of noise, and sometimes you could just be watching the 5-minute and you're so zoomed into, what's happening here, what's happening right now. And it's only when, if you didn't take profit on these shorts and you got stopped out, you look back at the higher time frame and you go, oh, well, it was a big level of support. Why did I not manage my trade? So it's just about not being too zoomed in. I personally just find if I zoom into the 5-minute too much, I can just get chopped up all day long. I'll only trade the 5-minute if I have a higher time frame closure. And I found the best time frame to just trade very simple levels on gold has been the 30-minute. For other markets, like I say, I'm not too sure, but gold, 30-minute hourly, respecting them levels, it just works really, really well for me. There's no right or wrong answer though. Sometimes I'll take a trade on the 15, but it's usually because I've got a confirmation high time frame. I like to analysis and direction is done on the 4-hour, the hourly, and 30-minute. And then the 5-minute is just to execute based on that hard work I've already done. I don't like to go on the 5 minute and try and pick direction, because that's when I just get chopped up all day long. If I get chopped up on the 5 minute, I go back and look at the higher time frame and I go, oh wow, what on earth was I trying to do on the 5 minute? So if there's no breakout on the higher time frame, then the 5 minute isn't going to tell me anything more. If anything, it's going to chop me up even more. How long are you going to be in Europe? I'm planning to go back into Barcelona around August. Oh, nice. I'll be in Spain in September, actually. I'll be in Spain in September. I'll be in Valencia. On a 50k XFA, what be your risk parameters be for a 56% profitable strategy? Well, I think on my London account, I'm pretty similar, to be honest. Wait, let me go back to since I've had it. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the same 56%. This account's up over 6,800. I like to risk anywhere between, again, what I like to risk and what you like to risk are probably two very different things. Find out what works best for you. But for me personally, I like to risk between 150 to 250 per trade. But again, you know, I manage my trades very differently. If you guys do want to see me take some losses, go back and watch Friday's stream. I took 2 losses. It's maybe like minus $30, $50 something. Just to show you guys how I manage my risk. But me personally, I don't like to let my trade hit my full stop loss. I like to be able to manage my trades beforehand. So I may have an initial stop of, like, I think our trade today, initial stop was maybe like, was it, I can't remember. You guys probably remember. It was probably like maybe 300. But, you know, I won't just let that trade hit stop loss. If it starts closing, like if this 5 minute had closed back above this level, I'd be out of that trade straight away. I manage my trades based off closures. Again, this here, guys, this is why I said we don't want to jump in a 15-minute closure above. Why do we not want to jump in a 15-minute closure above? Because at any point, that 30-minute could easily whip back down and hold this resistance. So let's see, this closure will be very key here, guys, very, very key. I live in Valencia, nice, yeah, 100%. Let's do a meetup in Spain in September, absolutely. Let's do that. We'll organize that for sure. Yeah, that's awesome, mate. Live in Valencia, that's cool. I'm gonna be there for about 2 months. How do you like it, man? I've been once before, but only for a short stay. I like your chart theme. Yeah, of course, man. Here, I have my bodies as green and blue. Sorry, green and blue. Unless I'm colorblind, I have my candles as blue and white. And then I have a canvas as a gradient. I have like a darker color and then like a gray. I just feel like it's nice on the eye. I'll be on a Topstep opening call as well today, guys. I'll be on Topstep opening call at 7:20 New York time. If you guys want to see some analysis on other markets, I'll be on with do the analysis with Hogue tonight, which would be cool. It's about 10:30 p.m. for me, which is about 4.5 hours ish. September weather's awesome. Yeah, amazing, man. That'll be good. Not too hot, nice and dry, hopefully. Yeah, that'll be awesome, man. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to being back on a European time zone, be able to do these streams with you guys first thing in the morning with a coffee. I do miss jumping on the charts first thing in the morning with the coffee, that's for sure. I like my mornings on the charts with coffee. But it's kind of still nice here in Australia. I still get, you know, here in Australia, I still get to enjoy my mornings before I do jump on the charts. But I do miss the, you know, right now in the London, it's like 9 a.m. London time. At 9 a.m. London time, I'm up 600 on the day. I'm done for the day. That's quite nice. You got the whole day to enjoy. It's a nice thing about being in Europe. You get your trade in London. We got our trade in London. We're done for the day. But it works, you know, it works in every session as well. So the good thing about the way we trade, we can execute well in every session. It's the beauty of gold. The beauty of gold. You guys on YouTube, on the Topstep channel, make sure to drop a like for the stream. We'll be back here again tomorrow, 7:30 London time. Are you trading during the New York session? I won't be today. I'm personally done for the day. But I will be breaking down the markets with Hogue for the opening call. New York for me is around like, I'll jump off with the guys around 11:30 p.m. and at that point I'm probably just going to hit the hay. It's coming up to 6 p.m. here with me, guys. So you guys on YouTube, it's coming up to almost 5 to 9. So we've been on for about an hour and a half. We've had a fantastic short here on gold this morning. If you guys do want to keep trading, remember D is jumping on in about half an hour as well. These 30-minute fake out buys, is going to look really nice. I think this closure back above, you're going to get the 30-minute fake back above. You're also going to get a beautiful hourly grab, the lows and closure back above. And then gold buys up into this 4-hour high. Actually look really nice. So Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. You guys on YouTube, I will wrap up there. I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in today. I hope you guys took some value away. If you guys did make money on the trade that I took, well done. I appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. Remember, we'll be live again here tomorrow as well. So drop a like for the Topstep channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.